That's really cool.
Yeah, you can see all the way down, huh?
Yeah.
I see fish.
Yeah.
This is the town or the city of Hvar on the island of Hvar. Last night there were 7 big passenger ships stacked deep right on this dock right here. And when we got here yesterday, noon-ish, none of these sailboats were here. This whole dock was empty, and then I think they all came in at the same time and moored back into that spot, so they must be together somehow.
And with the shortest sail, we're really short.
We are. That guy's pretty short too, the light blue one over there. So there's a handful of these big orange mooring balls that were attached to. When we got here yesterday, we radioed the port of Hvar, which told us that it was 300 kuna for a mooring ball or 500 kuna to tie to the dock over there. So we opted to get on the mooring ball, which I think is actually better. You don't get any electric or water or anything. Over there you can connect to electricity. Here you just get a ball you tie to. But I think it's much better because you don't have somebody next to you on either side. You just have these boats in front of and behind us. We have 2 40-foot catamarans on both sides. It's a little bit weird the way that the boats are swinging, and I think part of it has to do with the swing rate of monohulls versus catamarans. This boat was facing completely the other way last night, and we almost bumped in our starboard aft quarter. And then that boat this morning, just now actually, even though I think we were both pointed the right way, for some reason came really close to us. I don't know why, but we're good now. I'm sure this is not the first time anybody has had to deal with that. I had a really good sleep last night. We've been to the city of Hvar a handful of times in the past, and this is the quietest I've ever seen it. I mean, this is October, middle of October. Today's the 15th, and this is basically, I mean, it is, you know, a few weeks into the off season now. But there's still tourists, you can see. There are tourists over here. Tourists. You can see some tourists over there, but so many restaurants are closed. A lot of shops are closed. Most of these are coffee shops and bars and restaurants, and a lot of them are closed. We tried to go find some place to eat last night or yesterday. It didn't really have a lot of options. And plus we wanted to have a place to plug in my computer and charge my drone and stuff like that. But, well, because this boat that we have doesn't have an inverter and everything has to be charged by 12 volt or USB. I should have brought my 12 volt computer charger, but I didn't realize that was going to be the case. And if you want to plug in, there are outlets that you can plug into, but if you want to plug into those, you need to have shore power plugged in. So we didn't have that. But we're 4 days into this charter, and it's going really well so far. Last night, I feel like was the night before I slept really good too, and the first night. The only time when I didn't sleep as well was the second night, which was our first night on the mooring ball in Lucice, and that was because the mooring ball was really close the way it was tied to our hull, and all night it just kept bouncing up against the hull, making a lot of noise. But other than that, I've been sleeping really good. We're not exactly sure where we're gonna go today. We got some overcast clouds, but forecast is calling for pretty light winds coming from the southeast. Chances are we'll be motoring. We may go to another cove on this side, on the north side of the Paklini Islands, but you know, I'll get a group consensus later in the day and see what's going on. But I think this morning we're gonna go into town, grab a coffee, grab some pastries, walk a little bit. You guys can see that castle up there, right there. That's the old fort for the town of Hvar. Really popular tourist destination. maybe one of the most popular in Croatia outside of Dubrovnik. I've always wanted to be on a sailboat in the harbor. Last night was amazing. There was a concert out in the square over there. So we could hear people singing, we could hear crowds cheering, we could see the lights come out. And all the lights were on, the lights were on in the castle. It was great. It was really great. We were just kind of hanging out on the foredeck. I've always wanted to be this guy. And last night we made it happen. You want to go to shore?
I do.
Are we waiting for anybody or should we go by ourselves? Actually, we can't. We'll leave by ourselves. We're going to leave them stranded here.
Yeah, we need to wait for everybody.
Okay.
Let me see your spinach burek. Is it all gone? What'd you get, buddy? Donut?
I finished that. And Mila got a
Cheese. What was yours?
What was yours?
Too fast.
Meat. Burek.
Do you see that big cup behind you? It's the same.
Have you ever had breakfast sitting on the Hvar, Riva?
No.
Neither. That's us. That's the catamaran outside of us. That's the catamaran inside of us. All three of us are pointing in different directions. I don't know what's going on here. Right up there is the castle in Hvar. Right along here is the Riva. And it looks like there's a bunch of people here exercising. Check it out. From what I can tell, this is a flotilla that's happening. They all came at the same time yesterday. This whole dock was clear when we got here, and then all of a sudden, like, how many is this? 15 boats showed up. And they all have the navigaryachting.com logo on the boom. Pretty young people. A different demographic is what you would normally see that's in the yachting community. Usually they're older couples, but I think that demographic is changing. I see a lot of people in their 20s and 30s sailing now, which is pretty cool. We're across the way. If you can see, that guy's leaving, but we are just behind where he is. So once he goes away, you can see these big boats are starting to raft up again. Yeah, there we are. We're over there, across the way. So we have to row the dinghy in here. Makes for a much quieter night on the buoy. Neighbors farther away. So I'm not exactly sure where we're going to go today. I think right now the thought is we'll just go back to these islands that are out here. Find another cove, find a nice spot to anchor. Spend a couple hours, see if we like it. If we like it, we'll stay. If not, we'll pull anchor and go somewhere else. 3 more nights left before we have to be back and split, bring the boat back. So we're a little bit past the halfway point in this cruise. It's been amazing so far. And I want to give a shout out to Orvis Yachting, who is the charter company we're using with this boat. They've been really great. No, those people are from the sailboats. They got to get a workout in while they're sailing.